Okay, let's just quickly bring in here at this point the CEO of Shoreline Group, Kola Karim, as he joins us to talk about these events, what impact would that have on our market, energy market, and of course, the bigger economy in Africa. Good morning, Kola.
Good morning.
Welcome to the program. Nigeria is hosting the 6th African Petroleum Congress. What do you expect from this meeting?
I think the most important thing that you see in the present global economy vis-a-vis Africa is the importance of Nigeria being in the fore of the oil and gas sector, being one of the larger producers on the continent, being able to gather all the other African countries coming together in looking at the opportunities in the sector and how to make sure it works well and better for all the economies since there's a global meltdown in prices.
Well, I wonder, what contribution do you think we can get from other countries? For instance, we will have delegates from Benin, Cameroon, Congo, Gabon, Libya, Chad, Cote d'Ivoire, and DR Congo. Nigeria is among those countries the biggest oil exporter. So what impact will the presence of these countries make on this meeting?
Don't forget, most of these countries on the continent of Africa are aspiring oil producers themselves. Every country is looking at ways to bolster their economy and also increasing their dollar intake and revenues into their economy. So looking at Benin Republic for the last 15 years, they've been looking at ways to exploring for oil and natural gas within the territorial waters. So the importance of this is Nigeria being in the fore as one of the larger producers on the continent. We are far off in technology, we're far off in knowledge as know-how of Nigerians that have been in the oil and gas sector. We've been in it now from the 60s, so you can imagine how much African countries have to learn from a country like Nigeria. But what is also important is seeing the significance of what Nigeria can showcase Africa as the best way and the best practices in trying to make sure this industry survives and is better for all.
Timely is this meeting. This is coming at a time when Nigeria is restructuring its national oil company, the NNPC. Do you think this is the right time to have this kind of meeting at the period where we're trying to put our house in order here in the country?
I think the restructuring NNPC is actually something that's happened after the date for this meeting was chosen and Nigeria was picked as the venue for the meeting. But be that as it may, restructuring NNPC is something that we have coming for a very long time. So for Nigeria's survival, since NNPC itself controls 80% of our dollar capacity into the Nigerian economy, it is critical and important for Nigeria to make sure, and Nigerians to make sure, this industry is efficiently sorted, is efficiently structured in making sure it is delivering better values to Nigeria and Nigerians as a people.
Okay, but Kola, before I let you go, President Muhammadu Buhari is in Malabo, Equatorial Guinea, and he will be talking on a number of issues which borders on security. Of course, oil is another thing. What do you think will come out from this meeting?
I think the key critical positions, the Central African republics and their relationships with Nigeria, the importance of where Nigeria sits in the ECOWAS and in Africa as a whole, being the largest economy today on the continent, is always of prime importance. And Nigeria's national interest should always be put before any other thing, right across the continent. And in Malabo, I'm sure that is a key driver of what the president's got to look at with other presidents on the continent in seeing where we stand with the security and, more importantly, around the survival of the economy of countries like Nigeria, with which you have other African economies interfacing with.
All right, Kola, thank you so much for your perspectives and insights. We do appreciate it.